The night the sky tore open, I thought it was just another meteor shower over the desert. I was wrong. The object didn't burn out. It screamed across the sky and crashed beyond the old ridge near my farm. The ground shook hard enough to rattle my windows. For a moment, I just stood there, heart pounding, wondering if I should call someone. But curiosity won. I grabbed my flashlight and drove toward the crash site. The air smelled like burned metal and something electric. The wreckage wasn't like any aircraft I'd ever seen. No wings. No engine. Just smooth, curved metal glowing faintly blue. And then I heard it. A soft, broken sound. Like someone trying to breathe through pain. Inside the cracked hull, she lay trapped beneath twisted metal. She looked human. Almost. Her skin shimmered faintly under the light, like moonlight on water. Dark hair spread across the floor. There was blood, deep crimson, not green or strange, spreading across her side from a jagged wound. I froze. Every warning story I'd ever heard rushed through my head. Aliens. Invasions. Experiments. But she wasn't attacking. She was dying. When her eyes opened, they weren't monstrous. They were terrified. She tried to move and winced. Instinct took over. I pushed aside the fear and crawled into the wreckage. The metal was hot against my hands as I pulled debris off her. "I'm not going to hurt you," I whispered, though I wasn't sure she understood. Her fingers weakly grabbed my sleeve. Warm. Real. Human. As I pressed my jacket against her wound to stop the bleeding, she looked straight into my eyes. And in a trembling voice, clear, perfect English, she whispered. "Human. I'm no ordinary alien." For a second, I thought the blood loss was making me hallucinate. "You speak English?" I asked, pressing harder against her wound. She gave a faint, painful smile. "We study before we arrive." "We." That word hit differently. "You're not alone." My voice came out sharper than I intended. Her eyes flicked toward the dark desert outside the wreckage. Not anymore. A chill ran through me. Sirens would come soon. Someone must have seen the crash. If the government found her first, she wouldn't be treated like a patient. She'd be treated like a weapon. "Why are you here?" I asked. She struggled to breathe. "I wasn't sent to invade. I was sent to hide." That wasn't the answer I expected. I tore a strip from my shirt and tightened it around her side to slow the bleeding. The wound was deep, but not instantly fatal if I could get her somewhere safe. Hide from who? Her grip tightened on my arm. Stronger than it should have been for someone injured. From my own kind. The desert wind howled through the broken hull. Sparks flickered across the curved walls of the ship. Whatever powered it was dying. "I'm not like them," she continued, voice trembling. "They believe humans are resources. A developing species to be claimed." My stomach dropped. "But you don't?" I asked quietly. Her eyes softened. And for a moment, they looked painfully human. "I believe your kind survives because you choose to protect the weak, even when you're afraid." I didn't know what to say to that. In the distance, I heard it, low, mechanical thunder in the sky. Not helicopters. Something faster. Her expression changed from pain to fear. "They found me," she whispered. And suddenly, helping her wasn't just about saving one life. It was about choosing a side. The sound in the sky grew louder. Not like a jet. Not like a helicopter. It was too smooth. Too controlled. I looked up just in time to see 3 faint blue lights hovering silently above the ridge. No blinking signals. No engine roar. Just presence. "They don't use fire propulsion," she whispered weakly. "Gravity bending. Yeah, I figured, I muttered. My mind raced. If they scanned the area, they'd find her in seconds. I couldn't fight something that crossed galaxies. But I could hide her. I slid my arms under her shoulders carefully. She gasped in pain, but didn't resist. Can you walk? Briefly. We stumbled out of the wreckage just as a beam of pale light swept across the desert floor. It wasn't random. It was searching. There was an old storm bunker about 200 meters from the ridge, reinforced concrete, half buried underground. My grandfather built it decades ago. If anything could block alien scans, it was solid earth. We made it halfway before she nearly collapsed. Her blood soaked through my shirt, warm against my skin. "Why are you helping me?" she asked, voice shaking. I didn't slow down. "Because you're bleeding," I said. "And because someone should." The beam passed just meters behind us. The air hummed, my skin prickling like static. Inside the bunker, I slammed the metal hatch shut and locked it. Silence. Except for both of us breathing hard. She leaned against the concrete wall, studying me like I was the strange one. "You realize," she said softly, "if they detect your interference, you won't be considered civilian." I met her eyes. Then I guess I'm not neutral anymore. Above us, something heavy landed on the desert sand. And for the first time, I realized something terrifying. I hadn't just saved an alien. I had just declared war on a species I didn't understand. The bunker walls vibrated. Not from an explosion. From pressure. A low-frequency hum rolled through the concrete, deep enough to rattle my ribs. Dust fell from the ceiling as something moved directly above us. "They're scanning," she said quietly. I grabbed the old emergency lantern and turned it off. Darkness swallowed the room, leaving only the faint blue shimmer from her skin. "Can they see through this?" I whispered. She closed her eyes for a moment, concentrating. "Not easily. Your planet's natural minerals interfere with our sensors. Iron. Carbon density. It's primitive shielding." "Primitive works," I muttered. Another vibration. Closer this time. Then. Silence. Too sudden. Too complete. Her breathing slowed, but her expression didn't relax. "They've landed." A sharp metallic screech echoed above us. Not loud, precise. Like something slicing. "They won't destroy the area," she explained. "They'll retrieve me quietly. Your governments are not ready to know." Governments. So this wasn't just about me and her. This was bigger. Way bigger. A faint red line suddenly appeared across the bunker wall, thin as a laser pointer, scanning left to right. I froze. "They've narrowed it down," she whispered. The red line passed over my chest. My skin tingled but didn't burn. Then it paused. On her. The beam brightened. Her body stiffened. "They've tagged me." The metal hatch above us groaned. Bolts twisted without being touched. I grabbed the old shotgun hanging near the wall, useless, probably, but it was something. She looked at me, fear and something else in her eyes. "Once they breach, they won't negotiate." The hatch exploded inward in a controlled blast of white light. Silhouettes stood in the opening, tall, slender, not fully human. One stepped forward. And in a calm, emotionless voice, it said, "Return the defector. The human is irrelevant." I tightened my grip. "I don't think so." The alien stepped fully into the bunker. Tall. Perfect posture. Skin pale like polished stone. Its eyes weren't cruel, just empty. Calculating. Behind it, two more figures waited in the white glow of their ship. "Step aside, human," it said calmly. "You are protecting stolen property." "Property?" I snapped. She's not a thing. The alien's head tilted slightly. She abandoned assigned duty. She carries classified strategic data. Her retrieval is mandatory. So that's what this was about. I glanced at her. She looked weaker now, but her eyes burned with quiet defiance. They plan planetary assessment, she said softly. Your species would not survive first contact under their command. The alien's gaze shifted to me. She exaggerates. Your civilization would be integrated efficiently. Integrated? I asked. Resource allocation. Labor classification. Population restructuring. That wasn't integration. That was control. My hands trembled slightly around the shotgun, but I didn't lower it. You crossed light years, I said slowly, and you still don't understand something simple. The alien waited. We protect our own. It stepped closer. The air felt heavier, like gravity itself bending around it. You are one individual. Your resistance is statistically insignificant. Maybe, I admitted. Then I moved. Not to shoot. To stand directly in front of her. If you want her, I said firmly, you go through me. For the first time, the alien paused. Not confused. Analyzing. Outside, I could hear distant military jets approaching, human ones this time. The crash hadn't gone unnoticed after all. The alien's eyes flickered faintly. Your interference escalates planetary exposure, it stated. Good, I replied. Silence filled the bunker. And then the alien said something unexpected. Human courage is inefficient. But unpredictable. Its gaze shifted back to her. This is not concluded. The white light intensified. And then. They were gone. Leaving only desert wind, and a war that had just quietly begun. The bunker was silent again. No hum. No white light. Just the distant roar of human fighter jets tearing across the night sky. She slid down the wall, exhausted. The faint shimmer of her skin was dimmer now, almost fragile. They retreated, temporarily, she whispered. Because of the jets? I asked. She shook her head slightly. Because of you. I frowned. I didn't do anything. You did, she said softly. You disrupted certainty. I helped her sit upright. In the distance, flashing red and blue lights from emergency vehicles were racing toward the ridge. The world was about to change. They will return, she continued. But not blindly. They've learned something tonight. What? That humans will resist, even without understanding the odds. I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding. So what now? She looked at the sealed bunker door, then back at me. Now your species has time. Time to prepare. Time to unite. And you? A faint, almost human smile touched her lips. I was sent to evaluate humanity's survival probability. I swallowed. And? Her eyes locked onto mine. I miscalculated. Before I could ask what she meant, a soft blue light formed around her body, not harsh like before. Gentle. Controlled. They cannot track me if I leave on my own terms, she said. But they will watch your world more carefully now. The light brightened. Why help us? I asked one last time. Her answer was steady. Because you chose compassion over fear. And then she was gone. Just desert wind, and the sound of approaching sirens. The sky looked normal again. But I knew something the rest of the world didn't. We weren't weak. We weren't alone. And somewhere beyond the stars, humanity had just earned respect.